Yeah,
Rich, thoughts?
the dialogue between Frank and Matt was so pivotal because, and this is why I said when we talked about the first episode, this is why Foggy had to die for this series. His death mattered, and this scene paid that off because in the time frame that passed in the year, Matt never grieved Foggy. He always felt that Foggy's death was his fault. That's why he hung up the cowl. Splash of cold water from Frank made him grieve Foggy. He hasn't said his name but twice in the entire 3 episodes or 4 episodes that we've seen. Couldn't even name him. He was feeling responsible for his death. And then Frank was like, look, the system failed because Bullseye's breathing the same air as you. He may have life, but does Foggy have life? And so that was what was needed for Frank to snap, or for Matt to snap out of it and go, Hell's Kitchen, New York needs Daredevil because I'm trying to live this life that is worthy of Foggy, but I'm denying a piece of myself while doing it. And all these things I'm seeing, like with White Tiger, the system failed because he was exonerated for killing those cops, only for the cops to turn around and kill him. And then with Bradford, with his situation, feeling like he had to steal Fiddle Faddle because, he needed something to eat, and the system's going to give him, even if it was a week in jail, which is much more than how much that Fiddle Faddle would have cost. On top of that, the cops were eating it as they were arresting him. I mean, it's just corruption all around, and also proves that anyone is capable of anything given the appropriate circumstances and triggers. So his circumstance was he was hungry and he needed something to eat. So the system failed him in both of those senses. And then now, as a lawyer, Matt's like, I'm not doing enough. So Frank had to bring him back to reality and say, what are you doing? What are you doing to make things better? And then Frank, as far as, I don't know if he has been operating as Punisher because he's got that beard. He's looking rough. So, I mean, he always looked rough, but he's looking unshaven. He's looking like he's been in that basement for a minute. So I don't know if he has been operating other than just researching whatever's on his conspiracy wall behind him. But yeah, such a pivotal turning point and for Matt in this series to realize now that he can't just be Matt the lawyer. He's got to be both. He's got to be Matt the lawyer to combat things on the inside, but also to, what White Tiger said, to do what's right when the system failed.